Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this was the 2.0 chassis. I had to strip this bad boy. Still got the servos attached. Still has a little zip tie from straight from Traxxas. The new bulkheads, as you can see, it's flat on the bottom. Flat on the bottom with a new screw hole. So just to prove that this is the original 2.0 chassis, had to make that go away. Anybody knows me, I don't do anything small. I don't leave anything the hell alone. I had to do a bunch of the first with the new 2.0. I can't leave well enough alone over here. Okay. Sorry there, I had a little issue getting the clip off with one hand. I've only done it one time. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the very first 1.0, 2.0 Kershaw chassis with the Saga mount that's been modified because the new transmission holes do not exactly mount up the same. Just to give you an idea, that is the new Cush Drive tranny, and that is the new Cush Drive spur 54 tooth with mod 1 25 tooth with a little old Traxxas I had laying around. That was on my one stockish one. Yes, and look, I used the old cross brace because that's the way to go. As you can see down in there, those are the big dog bones that are from the 2.0. I didn't exactly put every single piece and part together the way it's supposed to be, but you can definitely tell it is a 2.0. One of the things I learned, all the plastics on this thing are newer fibrous plastics that they did, in fact, make this, all the plastics from what I could tell, a crap ton more durable. Give you an idea, there's that rear bulkhead brace that only the 2.0 has. I ended up taking a couple looks here, and apparently the RPM front arms would work, but these things seem to be a lot thicker, and if it is what I think it is, a lot more durable, I'm going to go with it and see how far it gets. As for maybe running a true track, I don't think it's genuinely possible because the carriers won't work out. Just to give you guys a little idea, I had to do a little quick little run. As you can see, this is that VXL6. Yeah, I had the Traxxas batteries. I didn't want to convert over. Like I said, this was off of my little stocky that I tore off everything and had to convert over. Turn the radio on. Yeah, it's also one of the very first 2.0s that has a single servo Team Orion. Thing's stupid fast. Stupid powerful. There it is once again. Pretty soon, to be continued, it's going to be getting the big 1.5 on that bad boy pretty soon. That Castle 2028 like the Monster has. I still want to get a Max 5 that's still waterproof, or a Max 8 or something along them lines, just to run that bad boy. Because the XLX isn't waterproof, and I'm sick of people saying stuff about having the bag to protect it. It's only when it really rains and snows. I genuinely don't have no heat issues, so I don't remove it. Just to give you an idea for sure that you could tell it's a totally different transmission. But everything pretty much lines up. Bulkheads. Had to do a little bit of modifications here or there in the Kershaw chassis. Like grinding a little bit out for the new bells of the chassis. I mean of the new diffs. But I did get it to all go over with not much of a hitch. All the screw holes did mount over rather easily. I was able to use the old cross brace or rear brace from it. So far, so good. Took it for a little maiden voyage. Get a feel for it. It's definitely all that it's cracked up to be, because even the axles are made of that like newer plastic. the center drive axle, I want to say. The bulkheads, you name it. I mean, it all lines up. The A-arms, rear and front, line up just like the old ones in the one version. So, hey guys, for all those out there that were wondering, it's definitely plausible to convert over. No more need of possibly having to do the low C diff swap, because these diffs are genuinely a lot bigger than the low C diff. So it's looking good on the Revo fronts over here. Glad this answers a lot of questions anybody had out there. I know for one, I was definitely interested. If I were anybody out there that had a version 1, I would go out and start buying these parts and start converting whatever over, because those bulkheads and new diffs are definitely where it's at. Only downfall right now is using maybe the new axles, but the lengths don't seem much different from a side-by-side comparison from personal use here. So anybody that's truly interested, I definitely would give up on this low C diff swap, HRs, all diff swaps in general. I'd go with the new ones, hands down. And probably get the new transmission just to get the new transmission, because the cush drive is where it's at. Have a good one.